CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. Peace and unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, yes, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
Hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here today. Those of you who are following the insight, and also those of you who are listening, you are listening to us by way of radio. Want to welcome you to the program. And actually, I'm going to also add Madam Maz Dobu Greer on the show as well. And I believe there will be some other panelists that will be joining us today. But I want to welcome you. Want to make sure that you are having a wonderful Friday evening wherever you are. And I see Mr. Namwe O coming in as well. And I'm just going
All right. So I
to
was waiting. I actually logging for Mr. Nangme to log in because we already talked. I told him I'm gonna be out tonight.
yes, 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 yes.
Thank you, SG.
Yes. So, well, I just want to wish you a great time tonight. I know you are going in multiple capacities,
Yeah.
including the capacity of the CMC vice
Yeah.
chair. So, good luck to you and have fun. Make sure that you live it up.
I will. Okay, y'all have fun. Just wanted to
Okay,
say
Mas, I was waiting to say hi, but okay, take care now.
all right, SG. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Hey, Doc, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. SG,
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
That's good. It's good to see you again, and also good to know
Likewise.
since we
Likewise.
talked this today, you are doing fine. I'm seeing you in person. How's Miko?
She's all right. She's listening. She's sitting right by me. Yeah.
Okay, tell her I said hi.
That's
Yeah,
it. Hi. Yeah, and hi to AB too. I know he's somewhere around lurking and listening.
yeah, he's somewhere around.
Okay.
As last night, interestingly, he was going through Facebook, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I read almost everything you say or post." I said, "Okay, thank you for being my number one fan."
You have no idea. I wake up in the morning to say, go out in my inbox. And Glennis Jr., they all over.
You
You
can relate,
know,
huh?
but it's been good fun though because
Yeah, it is.
I asking. I said, have you ever heard of typo? Go sit down somewhere. Let's talk about substantive issue like adding 14 people to the budget. Yeah, those are the things we should be talking about. Don't come to me and can't talk to me about CMC people lazy. They can prove real.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I
but anyway, are we live yet?
Yes, we are. We are
Oh
live
yeah.
in
Oh
Liberia.
my God. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So you are the moderator tonight, and
Okay.
we are expecting to get more panelists in as
Okay.
well.
All right. So you we're gonna go freestyling because I think you said you were gonna do it an agenda, but was it for the meeting?
It was for the meeting. It was for the
Okay.
meeting, but however
Okay.
way,
Yeah.
I'm okay
Okay.
with us running the show. I just
Okay.
also want to apologize to our audience for yesterday. We had some technical issues that we could not be on, but definitely we'll try to post these days because of technicality that we can't be on. We'll try to just post it on the different pages that you follow us on. But I know yesterday many of you were looking forward to seeing us, but because of whatever reasons, because of technical reasons, we couldn't be here. But we thank you for following us. And as soon as time permits, Mr. Nama will probably be reading some of your beautiful comments. How beautiful they are.
Yeah. No, you're right. That I mean, I'm sure our audience are aware of the weather. I understand the weather was atrocious in Liberia, especially Monrovia yesterday. So yeah, like you're saying, it was very difficult to have come on. So yeah, for technical, difficulties, we couldn't come and join you yesterday. But again, we're back with you, and good for us to lock horns and make a good company. And let me welcome Winston all the way from East Africa. Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Nangwe, thank you, and good evening, Dad. It's
How
good
you
to be here
doing?
again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice
okay.
to see you.
Good to be here again. I'm sorry for the poor quality of my voice. Today I just been in solitude. I've been just by myself reflecting something, reflecting about something. Basically, yeah. But it's good to be here, and it's a very good time. We look forward to discussing with the Liberian people. Again, let me say shout out to all Liberians. There are a lot of Liberians anyway who graduated here today from the University of Rwanda. Yeah. And you have a lot of Liberians coming first class, so it shows the kind of work Liberians are doing here. And we are very proud of them. And we look forward to having more Liberians coming in this community, demonstrating what we saw today to bring pride to our nation. So it's a good thing. And yeah, CNC family identify with them today. Like most of them who are part of the CMC, they were in our chat room. We congratulated them. This is what we normally do. We reach out to our members, whether in good or bad time, to identify with them. I think we are one family. We are more than political party. We are family. Believe that for everybody. It was a good day today. And hats off to all CNC ones who graduated today with first class honor. And it's really a good thing. Very good, proud to Mama like bro. We hope and pray that it will go back and impact our society.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear. I have a question to, if you can allow me to ask Mr. Namwe. Mr.
Mhm.
Cooper. So the way how they had graduation today, they have a period of time that they can stay in the country? Are they eligible to work, or do they have to go back home? And I'm only asking because in this country, I
Okay.
don't know what the choices are.
So basically, what can happen is that all of us that come here, we come here with the section of graduating to go back to Liberia to improve the living condition. This
Yes.
is why we've been calling on our government to provide avenue, because if you come here on student visa. You're not coming here with work permits, or you're not coming here to as for resident permit or something. Like you come in on student visa after the 3 years. In fact, after the 4 years period, because they expect you in the course of 4 years you should be done with your bachelor program. If you
Mm-hmm.
still want to apply for your master, then you can, renew your resident permit and do your master. After your program, you have nothing to do in the country, because you know Rwanda is a very small country, and they have over 14 million population. The job market is scarce and all of that. So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, they prioritize their citizen. They prioritize giving job to their citizen. people from East Africa, they got different mentality about how they prioritize their country than people from West Africa. Because in East Africa, they believe that
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to travel out before I improve my country. So they believe in staying in their country to improve their country. So you find a lot of them in our country. So at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
the job market is kind of scarce, and besides the money they offer also when you compare it to the US rate, like in the currency we use in Liberia, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
low here. You see that somebody will work for a whole month, they pay them $30 US or they pay them $25 US. But in that money is something that they can live on, because that $30 US is going to be around 70, let's say the $40 or $50 paying is going to be around 70,000, 80,000, or 90,000 of that money. Something that can sustain them, but it can sustain you as an international student who maybe got your master here and you want to work here and have your family back home. So most of the students who are graduating, in fact, most of them will just defend their thesis,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, they will get that clearance and go back like to look for hustle to do. But we pray that the Liberian government will take into account of providing, job for Liberians who are living from this place, because most of them coming first class, and some of them from the environmental area, some of them from, the IT area, some of them from the law department and all of that. So it's
Yes.
a very good thing, and they are really making us proud here.
Yes. Well, I just want to say congratulations to all of those who graduated today with their various degrees, and especially to the CMC members. We wish you well in your journey, and we are thankful. We hope that you're going to go back home or wherever you land to, make sure that you make a contribution to whatever organization that you land uh, on. So thank you so much, Winston, for answering my question. I'll turn it back to you, Mr. Namwe.
Well, thank you, Doc, and I join you in also congratulating Winston and our compatriots there in East Africa, especially Rwanda. Glad to hear that we're making Liberia proud back there. So congratulations to all, especially like that said, our CMCMOS. You know, kudos and hats off to you. So that I don't know whether Mr. Toby is going to come on, because at some point in time he gives us the updates on the CMC. While we were waiting for him, there's a story that came across. I'm sorry, you want to speak to
Listen,
that first?
I called him and I didn't hear, he didn't answer the phone.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Okay.
the update is usually in the beginning of the
Yeah.
show. So we'll proceed until we hear from him. Or if
Until we hear from him. Got you. So I don't mean to blindside you, but as I was getting ready, there's a story my friend Sister Goya, we're friends, but we don't like each other's politics. We're best of friends.
see
Anyways,
how
so
he's doing at it.
he sent me this video, gut wrenching, and he really upset. And I said, "What is this video?" And it's long, so it's about 22 minutes. But this is a clip about a school in the Suffolk community area. I think it's called Burial Christian Community.
Mhm.
And the way the story is emerging, it looks like they beat their students, corporal punishment.
Really?
Yes, that to get them to do well, because the story is that
Listen, Nami, do you have the tape? Do you
I,
want to
I
send it to
have the
me?
clip that I will forward to you.
And then I will be working on it in the back just in case if
Yes,
you
I
hear from
will.
me too. Because
Let me just, because he sent it to me on Messenger, so I might send it to
oh,
you
on WhatsApp if you send it to
on
me.
WhatsApp. I will try.
Okay,
So
you don't know, right?
the story started with a girl's mother crying. So apparently this girl went to school and she was beaten unconscious.
Mm,
So they gave her 15 lashes.
mm.
And because she had one red.
One red?
One red. When we're coming on F that red, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
it was funny, but it was not funny. Yeah, she had one, and she anticipated that she wore three jeans. Three jeans.
No, you're right though. But how they used to be when you anticipate you used to be in classes.
She went to the battle ready for it, and she still lost because
Yeah, because I know how they used to be. Some of the teacher, they used to be so hard.
yeah. So I'm coming. Let me find it quickly and send it to you.
Yeah,
And see if we can
and then I
cue
was
it. I was
with
so heartbroken, and I
friends.
was like, "This cannot be happening." The mother is crying. The girl is at the hospital, and the owner of the place, they say she says she's a big person in the army or whatever. Nobody can do anything to her.
Oh boy.
Yes, and apparently they are going to bear the cost of the girl. The girl was still at the hospital, when the video was being shot.
Mm.
So yeah, I have it here. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Um,
So corporal punishment, one has to ask about the psychological damages that one may incur from being beaten, or how does that change a behavior? You have to
right,
ask these kind of questions.
right,
Does it deter a behavior, or does it make a behavior worse?
exactly.
so those are the two questions that I have. And then secondly, you talking about somebody just getting she a better student than me, even though I was a good student, but you talking about one red, one red.
One red. I mean, I remember you used to pass on a condition and all that, and then you go to summer school, but
Yeah.
yes, the girl sister explaining that she had one red, and so she knew they were coming for her. She wore 3 jeans pants, and they still.
And not funny, but
It's
and
not
not
funny.
funny.
It is not funny. It is sad,
Yeah.
but it is happening in Liberia. So I sent a clip to you.
Yes, I see
Yeah.
it right now. So just
So
give me a
I called the mom to see if she wanted to come on to tell her story, but I didn't reach her, and I asked
oh,
she said
okay.
go out to work the to see if he can help us, and talk to them. But the mom is on this with the mom's sister, and
Mm-hmm.
they're telling the story, and then they fly the school. I don't even know how Ministry of Education. And this is in Monrovia. It's not even to say it is out of town. You see the place. It's a slum. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so and this girl was still in the hospital as the mom was talking. How do who given the authority to even do that? And they say the school say yeah they know they can beat their children. So if you send a child that you expect a child to be, what I mean, how people once they don't know, but they want their children to succeed. They just don't know how. And so those of us who have the training to help, I think we have to be careful what liberties we take. You can't put your hands on people's child and beat the child unconscious. I
Mm-mm.
mean, yeah, that's abuse. I mean, that is, and these people they need to go. They need to send these people to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So the journalist, I think, is Kemi Weeks that the voice. I'm not sure. Up to the time he was on the premises, the owners refused to come out and talk to the press, even
Wow.
though though they knew they were in there running around.
Wow.
When the cameraman go on one corner, they run in the other.
Wow.
So evidently they knew what they did was wrong. Otherwise, they would come out and defend themselves. They couldn't. How you going to beat a little child? You know?
Okay.
You got muted.
In the conversation, let me just walk on in the back so we can play it, okay?
Okay. Okay. So, Winston, it's good to have you tonight. Once we're done discussing this tape, I'm sure you are aware that the national budget has been passed. You saw the summaries shared by Dr. Richardson and others about, what the PL's, reaction to the budget. He abstained, which is regarding as a no vote. But surprisingly, almost everybody voted for this budget, and the way they did it, it was like the way they do it here. You get a very terrible bill, you attach it to a good bill, and it's like you open the gate, right? And you want to maybe like two sheep out. One of those strong one, the other one so lazy, but it will tag along with a strong one, and they will push the door open. So they attach two bills together, the budget, and they attach the Oronto bill. You probably have heard of the Oronto bill. This is guy who
Yeah,
was here during early time, bought some oil blocks for around 200,000. He's reported and sold it for over $200 million. He's back, and the fact that we are even entertaining this guy in Monrovia, But there are coincidences that we must consider. He came and did the first deal during the Unity Party government time, during President Johnson's time. So the Unity Party is back in power, and this guy is back. There are reports that the president, is friends with these people. But so they attached this bill to the budget, and so the PO vetoed the budget. There was another bill that was passed, but interestingly, when the PO and Representative Salfoco, apparently they were the only people who voted, against that bill. So hopefully we'll talk about that tonight. Um, we'll also reflect on what the CMC is doing in terms of addressing our people's plight. We know that last weekend there was a big rally. We talked about that, but we might go back and reflect on it a little bit more. And then we also are aware of, a memorandum of understanding signed between the Liberian government and the U.S. government for health information sharing. But there are questions about, the details of this bill. Apparently, not many people are aware of the memorandum of understanding. I saw it today, and I kind of briefly browsed through it. I haven't gone over the whole thing, but about 29 pages or so. But apparently, there's so much concerns that even their own rescue Rambo or Martin Cully is threatening to go public if they don't reveal, the details of this bill. And then all day, the representative Tai Wongwei and along with Councilor Kanyo Baibala have been going at it since yesterday. Uh, Representative Wongwei, I don't know how. Apparently, he voted for this bill because, as far as we know, it is only Honorable Musa Asambility and Safoko who we understand registered no votes. But however, Representative Tai Wongwei is also questioning, the details of this bill. And so he and Councilor Bala have been going at it. So we'll also look at that if time permits. Maybe since uh, in a while we haven't taken calls, maybe we'll also take some calls from our listeners if anyone is interested in chiming in. But let me welcome you again, and let me welcome a few of our audience members quickly while we wait for Doc to cue that tape. I'd like to welcome Samula Dolly. Samula Dolly says good morning here, and Lincoln Willie says Chief Musa all the way. Which one you want to jump in? Samuel T. Colley SKT. I'm following from Mount Gibby County. Whenever you want to jump in with some. Oliver Thompson says he wants to get in touch with Dr. Richardson. Adam A. Conner, CMC is the best political party right now in Liberia, all inclusive. Jay Sabato Weir, Liberia is not an elephant meat. I don't know what that means, but okay. Let's see here. Mohammed Enzad Dolly. This is our CMC chairperson for Minnesota chapter, Mr. Dolly. It's good to have you here. Again, deepest sympathy. I know you and the family recently suffered a loss, but it's nice of you to be here with us. Mr. Paul Barkin, I believe, says I'm following from Monrovia. Muhammad Daddy Barry, watching from Douala. Greetings to you guys, and kudos to the CMC. That's what I see from my end. If I miss anything with some, you want to welcome one or two people? Or did I cover everyone? Okay, you're muted, Winston, so we can hear you.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you actually read this, but Adam A. Corner said, we will go back home soon. I will be part of the change. CMC, the best political party right now in Liberia,
Okay.
all inclusive. And we also have Paul Bakian who also said keep it burning. Junior brother Winston Cobalt. Yes, Paul, thank you. We have, I don't know if you read this, Mohammedi Barry. He said, I'm watching live from Douala. Greetings to you guys. Kudos to the CMC in Liberia. Keep up the good job. I believe CNC political leader is going to be a great leader for the Liberian people. And thanks to the CMC in diaspora, CMC diaspora USA for enlightening. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing from my end as well.
Yeah, all right. So thank you again, our fellow Liberians, wherever you are watching from. Thanks for joining us. We'd like to welcome you. This is the CMC Political Lounge where we come and discuss all things CMC and all things Liberia. So it's good to be with you tonight. We're still waiting for some of our audience members to join us, but in the meantime, we're trying to cue a very interesting story that we picked up on our way coming on set tonight. Just to highlight some of the things that our people go through on a daily basis in our country. This whole, autopilot thing that seems to be happening. No one seems to be in charge. You have these various institutions popping up here and there. Apparently, there is no supervision. These people are doing their own thing. So we came upon this story where this child seemed to have uh, obtained one failing grade at the end of the marking period or so. And it looked like she was beating mercilessly. There was another girl in the audio in the video, and I hope when that comes you'll be able to play. There's another girl who was displaying her the marks on her body from the beating. But she was walking, so apparently her beating was far less than this girl in question. Her mom was in tears. Why would anybody subject a parent and a child to that kind of brutality? But the mom was, she was in tears. I could feel her pain, as a parent myself. I can't imagine how I would feel if anybody were to put their hands on my kid, but this girl, young girl, the or uniform, tuned all for, the mother displayed the uniform in rags, apparently, ripped off her. I don't know what is going on in this country, but we wanted to highlight that so that the responsible authorities will hopefully pick this up and do something about it. Ministry of Education. I believe these schools are accredited by the ministry. I don't know what the criteria is for their continued existence, but there has to be some kind of recertification process that will either strengthen these schools, or the ones that will not come up to standard, meet standard. They should be closed down. I understand. They're providing. Some of them are providing valuable services to our people, but not in this manner and form. If this is what is happening, I hope the ministry can come up, and address this. But it's not looking good. I called the lady. Her name is on the video, and Richard Duo. Our phone number is there as well. So Richard, if somehow, some way, anybody can tag her, Richard Duo. Richard, if you're listening, you can come out and call us. We'll be interested to talk to you. The video has a number as well on it. So when that comes on, we will, we'll hopefully we'll play that. She's trying to get it ready. But anything else on your mind, Winston, while we're ready? Again, it is open mic Friday, basically, where we discuss current events and then also CMC matters.
Yeah, Mr. Nangwe, thank you. I think there's a feedback from your end. I keep hearing myself.
Um, I yeah, let me mute and
Okay,
see, but there's nothing on here from my end. I'll mute
okay, no problem.
quickly.
Thank you, Mr. Nangwe, and thanks for setting up the stage. It's good to always be here to talk about issues in Liberia, especially with the way things are going in the country. But on the social media this morning, when I woke up, I saw the information you just provided about a school within Morovia specifically. They are still engaging, physical disciplinary actions against students. But for me, I have not really followed the veracity of this whole thing. But what we saw today, I think is a really sad time for our country. And I think the Minister of Education, Minister of Gender, and everyone that holds the authority to intervene in situations of such, that they can intervene to be able to reduce some of these different disciplinary actions by schools within Liberia. I think things are changing now. People should understand that the olden day system is not working these days. We need new system. There are many ways that students can be disciplined, especially with what they said. I can remember when I was in K2, first grade, second grade. We used to have the principal of our school calling up students who are not doing well, and they'll whip them on the line and all of that. At the end of the day, when ALP came and joined it, the accelerated learning program, when they joined it, they also brought some, primary or fundamental education about how students should be disciplined. In fact, I can remember they changed the disciplinary action to not even putting student out, but you should also be able to discipline them right within a class where they will also be listening to what you'll be saying, because this is what they are paying for, and you cannot deprive them of learning on that day. So I think we just need to take into account that students having different problems that some of them are dealing with. The best way to do it is to have counseling in those different schools. You have the boys counseling, the girls counseling, where you have to counsel them different time to know what their problems, what challenges they are going through, what is keeping them the way they are. I believe no one is God, no one is God, but the fact that everyone has their own problem, and everyone got different things going through and all of that. So we should have things changing within our educational system. This is why the Ministry of Education should be focusing on mostly, and general ministry should also be focusing on some of these things to make sure that at least things can change. We cannot keep living in the old days. We need to have life improving for our people. We can't have school still beating children to the point where they have to be hospitalized. I think is against child's right, and I think this should not be happening. But Mr. Nangwe, like you said, you laid the basis about the conversation. Um, I think there are a lot more to look at with.
The
I think we
school,
are. I
one
hope
of
we
the
are still.
teachers here.
Yeah, while we are still expecting all our panelists to join us, but there are a lot of things to look at today, and I would really love for to look at it critically. The way the budget was passed, the House of Representatives taking 15 minutes, just 15 minutes to discuss 769 pages. They just took 15 minutes to discuss 769 pages. They took the same 60 minutes to debate it. They took the same 60 minutes to vote upon it. So it was very fast. Very fast. I mean, it was at hypersonic speed today. Let's not today, but it was at hypersonic speed what we saw. And we hope and pray that we'll really be able to discuss it, because most of them, they're not even taking into consideration scrutinizing the budget to make sure that some of those major concern of Liberian people can be considered in the budget. In the budget, you got civil 7. The issue of civil 7 was not being resolved. It was not being discussed properly, and how the budget should reflect the lives of the people that the PE have been saying. It was not discussed properly. So I hope and pray that when we come to this, we'll be able to talk about it. But I was just giving my open statement, and for me to close up, I know Dad is ready to play the video, but I'm still really looking at the outcome of what happened between the little girl and that of the school, and to establish the fact and see how we can recommend to them, or to give our open recommendations to see how they can evolve some of these things. And Ministry of Education can also be able to involve themselves within those primary information or primary awareness that schools need in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, Doc, thank you. You're back. But quickly, let me remind you, Winston, all of us, the last budget, that's how it was quickly passed again. The last budget that we, the 880 million was passed in less than 1 hour. I mean, the rescue people, they don't play. But Doc, I think Dr. V is in the back.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
and
can.
welcome back. When you're ready, we're ready.
Yes. I'm gonna add Dr. V. So the video is about 23 minutes long, and I just play a portion of it due to the length of what I thought. I'm sure there's a lot of valuable parts. I'll
Yeah.
encourage others to go and watch the video. Thank you for sending it to me. I was busy today. I didn't get a chance to see it, but it's quite interesting. I think I'm going to play it and let us share our reactions to it more than what you guys have shared. It's very interesting, very, I don't know, upsetting.
Yeah.
So
God wrenching. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I apologize for the, I mean, I was rushing to get it done. So usually I would do a better job in terms of
her
Thank you,
in
Dan. Thank you.
Coleman, and she was taken to the Catholic hospital. We were just called here, and what we learned after she was flogged, the mother came to this particular gate, and that's the mother there. We will be talking to the mother shortly. That's her right there. There are other students who was flogged, and you see, that's the school right here known as Liberia Christian Academy of Excellence. And we'll try to see if we can get some information there. But that's the mother right there. Let's come out here.
My people, my dollar coming down money, my people.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
What's going? Yeah, what's going on?
I said my dollar to school that money. They only call receipt. They care about my name. Dollar call me say mama can Rosie die or the be Rosie briefing one. Waki, they want uniform. The student they want my dollar in the area. They my dollar for off.
That's her uniform.
That's the uniform, yeah. That's the plan that our all is something well. That's the plan that our my dollar. Now how the children help me, I try to carry the hospital, they told me come for all, they get rid of me. Now, yeah, now I bury people to the me, they all the table here.
And do they have teachers here? Anybody?
And the teacher they be my dollar, oh. And the teacher they be my dollar. And the teacher they be what? And the teacher they be my dollar, oh. And the teacher they be my dollar.
So we're trying to see if we can get any student here that saw the beating. Any one of you here? How are you? All right. What happened at the school? Come and stand right here. Let's use this. What happened? What happened at the school?
This morning we were in class. Everybody also looking. We keep also the ball also. Everybody start calling this for fireless and fail again. So they call all the other classes. They reach my class. They call me Bugana. Say they pass the other class. Say they beat the train at me. They reach in the 10th class. They call my sister up. They call local. They not so she said that nobody should go. She will learn about herself. For now, later now the teacher said the more while start going again. She funny when the learner she get on go for no biwa. I the teacher tell about they started beating when was so more. As she tell man, they started beating when she fell from them. She went, she started. She went on the cry, no over the crash or before. I went for water, wasting water.
You people went to waste water,
Yeah. One of was water, no way. I just start shouting, oh yeah. For you can't come your sister coming down, or she before one. Now when my sponsors will carry what inside. We say what the brain was stay.
They didn't call the hospital or something?
No.
They kept her in the corner.
Yes,
so I went, I asked, they gave more for a phone come on, she said she gave me more phone. I asked the first church, when I asked my home teacher, she gave me a phone. I called my mother, I tell my mother, say, my sister, before la mama knocking the gate, the gate, mama open the gate. Then she opened the gate. I told my sister to carry her in the church. I blowing her. They went for, they sent for babe. The woman I have in the school, she allowed herself all inside.
Where is she?
She eats salad face. So the blood was no way. La ama marking the tour, the carry to the hospital.
And your sister stay at the hospital?
Yes.
How old is she? These are all students from the school?
Yes.
Which one of you saw it?
They say the children when I sleep nothing.
There's a girl who I saw. There's a girl who I saw. Just see. Let's see where they. Okay. Wow. So guys, look at this. Is they beat you too? So you see the mark there from wow. Wow. There's another place. Take a look again. Take a look again. She said what?
So when we came, we went inside the blood police. My sister blood police. They refused to go. He said you going anywhere. The community will know about my school. That my school can beat children. My school can beat children. Then the woman said
beat them to kill them.
They can beat them in my own. They beat my son, my daughter in school 2 years. You were made to carry hospital. And the reason why I achieved my children school there, yeah, my children with me. He refused to go. He said he.
Yeah, that you know, thank you for that's what we have on our hands, Dr. Vulule. Welcome. We haven't got to the CMC news yet, but I will just bring it to Doug and Winston's attention. You know what we came upon today, and Doug, I think you wanted to say something. I'll just pass it on.
Yeah, it is heart-wrenching to see that we have a school in Liberia that engage in corporal punishment to the extent of wanting to kill a child. Okay. Yes, spanking is good to a certain extent. You know, I've spanked my children before, but to the extent of where a sister would call a mother and say, my sister is breathing 1-1. That's what she said.
Right.
And rushed the child to Catholic hospital. And for what reason? You know, I think I heard you say, or someone said that because she feel in one subject.
Somewhere inside the video, you know, they indicated why. Yeah.
So that's the first thing, you know, is, and then the second thing is the audacity of the owner to say that nothing will happen to me, even if you guys call the police, because they know that in my school I can beat people. So, you know, who is monitoring these schools? Who's making sure that our children are disciplined properly? You know, this is scary to me. You know, this is very scary to me, because one of the things that we know definitely, corporal punishment will not deter a child from, you know, what kind of behavior they want to engage in. That does not deter a child. What we do know is violence begets violence, aggression begets aggression. So are we training these children to become increasingly more aggressive? And that person who beat the child should be held liable. There's another mother who spoke, and you heard what she said. She said she had to remove her child from the school. That's the same thing happened. And we have more evidence. There's another child who they beat, and they told the children not to talk. You saw that mark on it on another child.
That's right. Yeah. And the thing about that too, and that will Dr. V will let you chime in a minute. The sense of the callousness, you know, the little girl is asking them to even give them the phone to call her mom, and she refused. And you have a child lying unconscious, they're pouring water over this child, putting the fan to blow this child. Then you have the presence of mind to call, not well, you know, take the child to the hospital or anything like that. Because apparently they've gotten away with it so many times. You know, there was a sister who was saying my children came here and they beat my son. You know, so but they said that's their MO, you know, they beat children. That's why people know their school to be. The school, they beat us of children. So, you know, it's
you know, and if there's one school that was videotaped to demonstrate this type of behavior, I cannot imagine what other schools are doing to the children. And
Yeah.
as I heard Winston say, is this the way that we want to discipline our children? What does that change in our society? What does it contribute to our society? Does it help? That's something that we need to study. I know, yes, there's some children who perhaps do not follow rules and behave in structure, but does beating them to the point of death, where they have to be rushed to the hospital, does that help? What are we teaching that child?
Yeah.
That's
And,
horrible.
and academic performance that cannot be based on corporal punishment. You feel that is a feeling in itself. Presentation and I think we said too much. Let's go to
Yeah.
our young doctor here, doctor.
And before Dr. V, Dr. Yan, I know you need to comment, Dr. V. I go back and forth with that. I want to just tell you guys one thing. I have a grandson who is raised by his parents and mine. So he's always here. He's here tonight too. So you'll see me on and off. Okay. We took him out of a daycare center. You know why? Because the teacher had the audacity to write his name on his arm. I don't know what she was thinking, what she thought. Yes. And so my daughter, had a good mind to take them to court, but she didn't. You cannot you touch her child without her consent. You wrote do you know the intention of that ink mark? Did it hurt him or not? We were not there, we don't know, but is that your place? Is that the only way you can? Is he? There was so many things. So many things it brought back for us in terms of me thinking about. I always got to go to oppression and slave mentality and all of those things. They're branded. So, but yes, I'm just sitting. And so we pulled him out of that school for that particular reason. And I agree at this point with my daughter. I'm usually the softer one. They're much harder than me, but this time I agree with her. Dr. V, I know I want to, and I just wanted to say that. Dr. V, you want to come in?
Yes. Good evening to you all, and it is a pleasure again to be here on this platform. And once again, we are in a country of our law, where the president himself is not even abiding by the law. So what you expect the common citizens to do? That's what happening in Liberia. Why is that teacher that beat on that child? Why that teacher still outside town? That teacher should be in custody by now. That school should be on an investigation right now. How long this been going on in the school? Now parents are talking now. Why authority not into this case right now? Because we are in a country of our law, a country where our leaders don't care about us, the ordinary citizen. They only care about themselves and their children. Mind you, all the leaders in the country, their children out of the country going to good schools. So they don't care what other children are going through in other institutions, like you said, right there. That it's just the one school we're knowing about today. How many schools in the rural area, in the various counties, in various communities are carrying on these things? I'm part of I'm a president of a policy council on the early hairstyle and hairstyle system of Indiana. In fact, that's why I was in Florida a few times. That's a conference I was on a few times. I'm a president of the policy council here in Indiana. And when those parents, I receive a lot of complaints all of the time. When the parents go pick up their kids, when they even meet the kid crying, it's a serious matter. They will take it very serious. In fact, CPS will be called. Beating your child crying, then you beating your child that pass out. And our authority, our leaders in the country, they keeping calm on that. Even the citizens within that environment, they are calm because it's not their children. Parents should be standing up today at that school gate, demanding answer to what's happening to that child, because all of them, their children are, most of them children are attending that school, because if you are in that community, private at the community school that closer to you, that the school that the children are going to, So we are in a country from the top down. Nobody care about us. I think President Weah told us one time we should be our own security. When President Weah said that, they said, oh, it was they politicized it, but he was being real. We should be our own security, So that's what's going on in the country. That's my thought on that. Our leaders don't care. They don't care. Right now, they only care about passing concession that only favor them. They care about passing budget that favor them. They care about where they will get the next $1 million in their own pocket to benefit them. They don't care about what the citizens are going through. They don't care about if the children in the school system, how many people from the Ministry of Education are even checking those schools if their curriculum is in line with the curriculum of the country. They don't even care about that. Before you even talk about a corporate punishment that is going on in the school, it's sad. It's sad for us.
I mean, Winston, I think Winston will chime in, and Doug, you have your last say on this. But Doug, Dr. Vulule, you're highlighting something here. First of all, this country we live in here, and why are we talking about this country? Because this is where we live. You see, no life is more important than the other life. You can say whatever you want about this country, but that's why when you hear American life, American kidnap, and everything, they do everything because they value all lives. Our government should value the lives of all of our citizenry, And you're talking about curriculum. I mean, this budget that was passed in with lightning speed, we understand there's only $20,000 in it for curriculum development for the whole country. That is how seriously we're taking our curriculum, because the curriculum is supposed to lay the foundation, the roadmap for what the children learn and how they learn. All of that is supposed to be contained in the curriculum. I hear almost every summer when schools close, school districts put a lot of time and energy in, remapping the curriculum. You gotta keep updating it. Books here, 10 years in the classroom is too much. Then they're already taking them off the shelf. It's a continuous process. But that is the extent of our education system. Winston, if you have one last thing to add, and then we'll pass on to Doug, and then we'll come on to the main meat of our discussion tonight. I think we'll spend a good bit of time tonight on this budget that was passed. Doug, I'm giving you the heads up, so you lay the foundation for us, because I like the write-up that you did, kind of summarizing, the vote that our PL took and why he did. So, Winston, your last say on this corporal punishment business, that will say, and then she will just pivot to the budget.
Thank you, Mr. Nangwe. So, again, Tadayan, how are you?
I'm doing okay, Winston. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah,
I heard you talking about graduation. Other people graduating from Rwanda.
They said they didn't make it. They didn't make it.
Not just graduating with first class honor. They graduating with first class honor.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. So back to our conversation. Mr. Nangwe, like I have always said on the show, that the primary responsibility of the government is to provide safe environment for its people. Mm-hmm. I want to proselytize the conversation a little bit. If you look at other African country, system of education. In Liberia, in my whole life in Liberia, I attended government school. From elementary all the way to 12th grade, I graduated from government school. So in Liberia, we have the tendency, and the government makes us to believe that government schools are meant for poor people children. Okay, so that's the only thing poor people children, that's the only school poor people children can afford. But the way other country systems are built, in fact, in Rwanda, rich people children attend government school, poor people children go to private school, because the system and the way the education system is built for government run school. Poor people children cannot afford government run school. So at the end of the day, we'll have to run to private school. The reason why you see most Liberians who come into this country, they normally run to private school, is because we can only afford private school. We cannot afford government school. Now, to link that to the conversation, there are systems put in place. They built on system, and they built on delivering and giving result to the people. That's the primary responsibility of the government. The government here, they focus on provide safe environment. But in Liberia, the government just cared about the elite class. They don't care about the ordinary people. They don't care about putting system in place that the very same people who voted them, that system is going to keep them safe. There's no system. And at the end of the day, this is what we are resorting to. We are resorting to the point where a child will be beat on till he or she passes out. So I think this is bad for our country. What we saw today was pernicious, and I believe that those kind of punishments should not be taking place in our system, where you beat someone to the pass out. It's wrong. And what we saw is just a very clear example of those different things that are going on there in different schools. It's just a little bit of it. If schools within the capital city that the government is residing, that the institution that is responsible to provide policy and regulations on how school should run and how students should be preserved or how students should be protected. You have those schools within the capital city in the seat of the government. They're still doing those things to students. Think about school within Lofa County. Think about school within the southeastern region, what they are doing to students there. You still have Liberia, still a country where you see students going on teachers' farm to go and work for them, to brush the farm for teachers, to plant their rice and all of that. Those things are happening in the interior. But yet and still, we still have ministries that people are working there and we're paying them with the Liberian people taxpayer money. What are they doing? If this government cannot make the educational environment be safe for future leaders, how are they thinking about setting the future of this country? This is why you see most of their children leaving out of the country, going in all of better university to get better education, to come back and still lead the people, the very same people who they could not provide good system for. So I think this is sad, and I want to condemn it. Schools that are in the habit of beating on students, providing immense or that are providing chaotic disciplinary action for students, I think it's bad. It's really bad for us. There are different measures, there are different actions that can be taken to make sure that those students are on path. Those schools need to be able to build a system where they will provide counselor. They'll provide girls counselor, boys counselor that can sit with those students and talk to them. So I just want to end up by saying, I don't know whether this whole disciplinary action is in a handbook, where parent alluded to it, that when my child cannot get so and so grades, you got to beat on them and all of that. But if it is not there, even if it is there, it is still wrong, it is still condemnable. Or if it is not there, I think the government should take real action against this school, and schools that will be following the habit of violating people's rights, they should close down, and they should fund them and make sure that this can serve as a caveat for our education system in Liberia. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Winston. We lead on to that, but you guys are young, but during our days, your parent would take you to the school and tell the teacher to beat you. So but the teachers are the professionals, they know better. They're the ones who are supposed, just like you said, they have to find alternatives means to encourage the children to pay attention, stay on task, and stay with the lesson. You cannot use beating, corporal punishment as the impetus for children to want to study. No, most of the developed countries like that, as I was saying, studies have shown that the two of them, there's no correlation between, that girl that says she wore 3 pairs of jeans. I remember putting copybook in my trousers when you have to protect yourself. You go on the battlefield. So, but anyway, it's funny. It's not funny, but it's really crazy. But these are the times in our country.
Yeah, and absolutely, Mr. Namwe, things in the past happened to our students, and I'm also a victim of that. I remember growing up, we had to get on a stage to receive our report card.
Right.
And if you pass, you gotta clap. And if you fail, they will boo you so
Yeah.
bad.
The streaming, right?
Yes, shimmy. And I can tell you, that has to have had some effect on every single one of us. And some of us may be in denial. We might say we okay. I mean, could we have been a better person? We'll never know because
Yeah.
we're never ready study. But this is today's world, okay? The children has to be protected. And we have multiple levels. We should have multiple levels of protecting them, like the Ministry of Education, or a teacher, like you said, should be the professional. Uh, Winston made some really excellent points. The Ministry of Education should be the one that have an overall structure that provides safety. Okay, let school be a place of safety for our children. Let the
Right.
home be a place of safety for our children. It shouldn't be a place where they're going to be fearful because they're going to be beat, or because they're going to be shamed, or because they're going to be bullied, and all of those things. And do they have a handbook? Winston asked. What does the handbook say? Well, a parent knowingly read the handbook that says they will beat my children almost to death, and agree for the child to go to that school. So many of our parents, perhaps, maybe they don't know, and the school's supposed to continue to do performance outcomes. That's what
Yeah.
schools are for. If a child is doing well, you know, assess the outcomes all the time, and as well as credentialing. Who's working for our students? Do they have school teachers slash counselors? Because I know that it will take some time for us to get there. But I can tell you that this type of corporal punishment, this type of beating, it leaves significant lifelong scars, psychological scars on those children. We can start. I already told you, aggression begets aggression. The research time after time have showed us that you know when you aggressive towards a child, they will grow up becoming aggressive. They may not even act out physically, but something like we are seeing now, people don't care for the people of Liberia. All right. We also know that it will also create antisocial behavior. The likelihood that they will go into a prison system or the justice system. We see today, yesterday, or either today, Front Page Africa had a story on justice for rape. Women are being raped at a level in Liberia that at no other time. Okay, a level that we have not seen at any other time. Okay, they don't get any kind of justice, whether they go to the police station. Sometimes when they even go to the hospital, they get yelled at. Sometimes they go to the court system, they get yelled at. Even pregnant women are being held hostage as hospitals. The time that they work, the time of their life that is supposed to be treated well. So all of these things has to do with how we raise our children, when we
Mm.
aggressive towards them, to treat them, to behave aggressively towards other, delinquency. Would that child want to go back to the school? She would be if she ever goes to school,
Yeah.
it encourages delinquent behavior, trust issues, mental health issues,
Yeah.
conduct disorder. All of these things we have to think about it, and people can manifest and deal with this stuff differently. So yes, I join all of us on this panel to say that we condemn this behavior. We hope that it will not happen at schools. We hope that the Ministry of Education or some adult get involved in it. That this is not the way to train up our children for the next generation. So I condemn that behavior, and I hope that someone will step up to the plate to learn to create safe environment in our schools for children. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Yeah.
I know you will move on to the budget, but let me quickly give
Mhm.
a shout out to a few more people who
Oh,
joined us.
yes. Yes.
Yes,
Please
thank
do
you
that.
very much. So, wisdom, when we didn't call, I didn't later on. Miriam Sidiki Trawali came on. Good night, CMC group tonight. We talked to Paul James Boakai. James is saying, "Good evening, my dear friend. Thank you very much for your discussion." Mohammed, this is Maka Madi Kane. Maka says CMC all the way. This is a turning Balotier Victor. Good evening. I'm following from Smell No Taste in Margibi County. You know, that's where the airport is. Smell No Taste. Yeah. STO is how STO John Cooley. I'm not sure if I'm getting it right, but anyway, watching from Saniquili City, Nimba County. Abraham F.A. Borry. Abraham is following from Harbel again, Firestone. Those are the few people I see from my end. So thank you all for joining us. Please share the show and invite your friend. Let them join the show and spread the CMC message. So Doc, over the past few days, we know the budget, the 1.2 billion. We understand it finally went to 1.249, almost 1.3 billion now. Was has been passed by the House of Legislature under 1 hour debate. A historic budget. A lot of concerns have been expressed about the aspirational nature of this budget. A lot of people feel that this budget is not attainable. There is no pathway to generating enough revenue to meet this kind of budget. The chairman of Ways and Means in the House, my friend P. Mike Jury, he has made it clear that he thinks this budget is aspirational. SOEs are not contributing. There's $10 million in there expected to be contributed from the Asset Recovery Commission. So all of these things, why they are supposed to be brought forth and debated, the regime speaker managed to railroad this thing through the House in less than an hour. And we understand our political leader, Musa Hassan Beledi, along with Safoko, were the only people who voted against this budget. I don't know. I haven't talked to anyone that I don't know if you did about our legislator in the House, Josiah Marvin Cole. I don't know how he voted. James Yombro. I don't know how Jerry or James, I believe it is.
Jerry.
So, but you did a very good summary. Dr. Richardson did. So I want you to please come in and set the stage for what the vote that our PL cast, the implication of his no vote.
Yeah, you did an excellent job, Mr. Namwe, by the introduction of this bill, and I also heard Mr. Cooper's talk about this bill passed by lightning speed. I mean, given it was over 700 pages,
exactly.
information, and it was passed in 50 minutes. Never seen such a thing like that. Even I really don't know, but this is the place that we find our country, the state where we find our country, and then I heard you say someone, a friend of yours, mentioned that the budget may be described as an aspirational bill. Do we have time in our country to be aspirational? We are so behind. Okay, we are not up to par in anything. Okay, educationally, agriculture wise, tourism, human development, infrastructure. We are not even up to par. So we don't have time to be aspirational. Aspirational is good when you have at least some basic outcome measures. When you kind of get comfortable, you can think about your aspirations. Okay, but now in our country, we don't have that kind of time, and this is why I like Representative Musa Hassan Bility. He stands by his word. He says what he means, and he fights for the Liberian people. He's not, flip-flopping like some of the people that we know in our country. And he means business in terms of fighting for the Liberian people. I can imagine, I think I heard you guys said, and I also read, can you imagine being a very, 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 very minority in your entire college of people, college of representatives? There were only two, him and Safoko, that voted against this bill. This almost $1.3 billion bill.
Yeah.
The reason why he voted against the bill, he told us, and I was just read some of the things that I wrote. He said that it was too consumption heavy, which means that there was too wage heavy, okay, recurring expense, which will relate to goods and services. Too many goods and services for our president. Too many airplane rides for our president. Too many paying for, salary for people. But it didn't have anything that would transform the society that we know. It does not have good monetary. I think Mr. Nami, you said that the money that it even gave to education, the money
Yeah.
that it gave to healthcare, those things were very low. Okay, as when we look at the budget, he mentioned in his write-up, and my summary was based on his write-up. There's $200 million that Senator gives for a signing bonus.
Yeah.
He said that this should be used instead of giving Senator giving that money to the government for a sign-up bonus or to either the legislature because they do get some brown envelope. We should use the money to sustain those areas like agriculture, okay, like healthcare. We should use it to build up those areas and sustain them. We shouldn't be taking these sign up bonus. And he said that we need a transformation in our country. We need to be able to have a budget that works for the Liberian people, okay, that works for sectors that uh, the Liberian people will gain from. Not only a few. I think Mr. Nama, you're so good at listing. Only a few people in our economy enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, a few top heavy government enjoy. And so he voted against it. This is not in the interest. And if you can read it, you can tell. If you read Amar Kone, and I will stop because I'm sure we can talk about Amar Kone. Amar Kone wrote a long text today, and he pointed out a lot of things. And I printed it. He pointed out how a lot of the money in the budget goes towards the Ministry of State. And they say that they divided money for renovation of the executive mansion. They budgeted 500,000.
That since President Shirley time they've been renovating that mansion, right?
That's so true. That's so true. He said that, and none of the money can go to where it's designated for. Broward International Airport, they said they gave, I think it was 2 million, and not 0% went to the Liberian Airport Authority. He made a list of things, and these are in the state-owned enterprises. Why would the National Port Authority be making money?
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. I wrote down somewhere, someone was saying today, I was reading somewhere, they make millions of dollars. And I think they only give $1 or $2 million to.
They reportedly made $40 million last year, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And didn't even pay their share.
Yeah.
And people are saying that even when you contact, and I don't mean to pick on just Sekou Dougle alone, because we go down the list, we have about 30 something of them.
Yeah.
But when you contacted them, it's almost like a pay for play. But guess who's on the board? Who's on the board of NPA?
Yeah.
For what he needs,
the very chairman who work in the poo water.
Yeah, the very chairman. But anyway, I don't want to waste so much time. I would just say that and you asked about Mr. Yopa is not in the country, so he didn't vote. But Mr. Marvin Cole voted exactly in the same order of the PL. The only thing that he was not in the house when they did the budget. So, but for the other two, the PL voted also against Total and Orange D because, like you said, they did the poke bar thing, the poke bar behavior stuff. If you know that something is not going to pass, you stop it.
You die to another.
Yes, so that's it. We knew Oranto D was not going to pass, and the reason why, because we know that Easy after Easy, who was in Liberia for the Oranto D, we usually saw I think 200,000 or so, like 200 million.
In the previous UP government, 200,000 you bought it quite well.
Exactly, thank you. Remember,
flip
it around to Chevron. And sort of for millions and millions of dollars. So
200 million is reported. 200 million.
Yes, 200. And so there's some questions about about the Oranto deal, and they went and combined the Oranto deal with the Total Energy deal, which and so that's why they were able to pass. So why didn't the Oranto deal go on its own? This is what our PL is saying. He said, I would have considered voting for it had it been on their own, but if the way how they combined and bundle this made me to think, and that's what his ingenuity, his smartness comes from, made him to think. He voted for the HBX deal, as many of his colleagues did. And he said it puts Liberia in a strategic location in terms of making it a hub where, places like Mali and all of those things that are landlocked can use. He's hoping that they can use our country as a place where they can for as a corridor for railroad. So I'm gonna stop here. I don't want to monopolize the conversation, and let Winston and Dr. V come in and add their thoughts. But
thank you so much, Dr. Richardson, for so ably laying the foundation for our discussion tonight on the PL vote and other party members vote on the budget. And like you said, the budget increased from $880 million last year to 1.2 up on $1.3 billion, and yet funding was reduced to some of the essential sectors. That the PL said yesterday, the hospital in his region received reduced funding allotment. How is that possible? The budget is going up, and yet funding is being reduced to essential sectors. I don't understand that. But Dr. Vulde, your take on this budget passage, the PL vote, and what it portends for the future of the Republic of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nangwe. This budget, the PL did the right thing. It showed that the Honorable Musa Bedete is in the interest of the people. He's not in the House of Representatives to seek his own pocket or to just sit there and what benefit him that what he do. No, the PL is in the House. The people of District 7, Nima County, send the PL to the Capitol Hill to represent them. And he actually doing that representation. He carrying on his duty. The mandate the people gave him, he carrying on that mandate. He making sure that the interests of the people are reflected in everything he do, in the House. So that's why you see he's the only person in that building that really voicing things out in the interest of the people. All the rest of the lawmaker, they are bubble, sitting there, just going along as long as benefiting them. When you listen to some of those lawmakers, they have no clue about lawmaking. They have no clue about why they are in that house, in that building. They have no clue. I'm telling you, if you really sit with them one-on-one, some of them with them one-on-one, you will be there. Why are they even over there? They're only there, whatever people tell them, that's what they do, as long as they get their pardon from in it. That's all. That's what they do. So this budget, the PL did the right thing. Honorable Musa Bedete did the right thing by voting against it. It don't mean that, he voted against it. That means he don't want for his district to benefit. It means that he wants his district to be reflected in whatever he do. That's why he voted against it, because his district was not reflected. Like Mr. Nangwe rightly said, hospital in your district, funding was reduced. Why it was reduced? It was not properly explained to him. So he wanted to digest some of those things. He was not giving the chance to digest some of those things. So he voted against it. Say it's not benefiting my people. Why? And he's not just focusing on District 7. Everything he do in that house is for the people of Liberia, the ordinary people. And that's what's happening. How would this budget, how would the people talk about rescuing? They came to rescue. One of the things when people talking about, Honorable Sekou at the port, if you can remember vividly, during the campaign when those people were coming in, people said Sekou Dukle paid millions of dollars to get that job. If you can remember vividly, there was some news everywhere in the country, all over the world, that Sekou Dukle paid millions of dollars to get a particular job. So it's not surprising to some of us, when things like that happening, that he's not reporting or contributing to national budget, even though he collected revenue of over $40 million. It's not surprising to us that he taking back his money. It was alleged by then, and it was not clarified to us. So we're still going with that, mentality that yes, indeed, he paid that money. That's why he's not paying to government anything that he collecting to the port. So now it got me down to believe as a pricing. I'm believing that those saying was true, and not just Sekou Douglas alone. Other people did the same, and I will tell you that some of our car, and we know what they were requesting from some of us to get job. Yeah, I'm saying this publicly today. We know what was requested for some of us to get job. I was called to be assistant minister for the Bureau of Corrections over there. Yes, we know what people like Nyomblin were requesting, So we know exactly what is happening in the country, So this budget, serious-minded government will not, or serious-minded lawmaker that in the interest of the people will not just pass this budget on a 50 million without going line by line. People that came in, the rescue government came with a promise. We're eliminating drugs. National budget should tell us that the government really standing by her promise of eliminating drugs in the country. There is not one line item in the budget that talk about drugs, that talk about the fight against the drug pandemic in our country. There's not one line item in our budget. All the promises, what we're seeing is just for themselves, is not in the interest of the people. So to my fellow Liberians, this is what happens when people come to you and give you penny to vote for them. That's the result you get. This is when your leader coming to you, when people are seeking, or job from you, when they come to you and give you $5 and truck you into those various districts and other places to go and vote for them. That's what you get. Guess what? In their mind, they don't owe you nothing. They have already paid for what you gave them. So they're getting their money back and getting times 100 of what they gave you. And in 2028, you will see the same thing again. So they will come to you and start giving you all of $5, they put you in truck, in buses, they truck you into the various districts, and you will go there, you vote for them, and in the next 6 years again, we'll be crying the same cry today, and we'll continue to cry the same cry 6 years after 6 years after 6 years after 6 years, and children will be born, people will be born, and they will go, God will call them, and other people will be born, they will go, God will call them, and we'll continue to do it. The only way this will stop if we rise up together and say, look, today or this year, we will go hungry. If hunger will kill us, the hunger kill us. But we stand up for what is right. We will do the needful and go and vote rightly and take out all those people who pass those type of budget and take all of them out and bring new people in. When you bring in the new people in, you sending a signal to those new people that the way you come in, we expect you to do better. If you don't do better, trust me, we will take you out too. When you do that, we're not saying things going to be 100%, but at least 50% of some things will be put in place the right way.
Right.
So this is a time that we stand and open our eyes from this rescue government treatment, mistreatment to us, is to open our eyes to the right thing next time.
Thank you, Dr. Vulde. Winston, our political leader argues that the budget is a reflection of the leadership's interpretation of what a citizenry mean to them. The budget shows what they feel about the people in terms of what they want to develop. The budget, should show us, where they want to take the country based on where they're putting the money. This budget that you described so ably that was passed in less than 1 hour. We understand there's only $13.6 million in that budget for agriculture. Musa Hassan Belete is arguing that this budget needs to be recast so that the money is reallocated more appropriately and more equitably, so that those sectors, especially the essential sector, right? We know that agriculture employs almost about 60% of the working people in Liberia. And so Dr. Richardson was saying, for instance, the PL is arguing the $200 million for Metal, they could have put that up as seed money to empower, would set them up for agricultural activities. Put that money in a cooperative bank where the people, they can go in, maybe form a cooperative and go and get a loan. A whole town can go and get a loan, and or maybe a whole town can just be sugarcane production for that town. That's all they do, but they all make their living, pay the money back, and improve their lives. But no, the speaker got an increase over $400,000, almost like that original. Almost all the top five officials, everybody else got increment except the essential sector. They're reducing funding to hospitals, to schools. So I don't know. What's your take on this, my brother? We're getting close to the third. We're in the third quarter of our time together. We have one more quarter, and then we'll be ending.
Thank you, Mr. Nangwe, and I want to be as common as possible to give you my analysis about what I observed about this whole thing that went on in the house in terms of passing the 1.2 billion budget. We have 41 person who voted in favor of the passing of the budget, and we have 2 person who voted against, on Musa Assemblity and Friends Afoko. And we have 1 person who abstained from the process, on Eugene K. and Colley, a very close political and loyalist to Honor Musa Assemblity. He also abstained from the process. But what I observed about the passage of the budget is there are 3 key things that I observed there. First, lack of comprehensive presentation of this budget. There were no comprehensive presentation of this budget. When you are presenting budget, you should first talk about the priorities. You should identify the priorities. You talk about those major areas of the budget and convince members of the House of Legislature, people who have the mind, people who went there to represent a different district, who think that this budget should reflect that people should sit and listen. There should be comprehensive presentation about this budget, the priorities within the budget. That should be the first thing. There were also not much, revision of committee's report on this budget. Most of the people who voted in the interest of this budget, if you ask them, the outcome of the committee's report, they will not tell you. And we also have limited district representation. You should give the time to lawmakers who represent different districts, who understand that different constituency, who knows the different challenges the people facing, to have that saying within this project. These are my 3 points. But let me first start with the issue of lack of comprehensive presentation of this budget. If you look at what we saw in during the passage of the budget, it tells you that most of the things that people voted for to be passed, it was not meant to be passed. That it was not meant to be passed. Let's look out for the Oranto deal. What it did is that they understand that more people will vote for the Total Energy deal. More people are going to vote for it. So they indence it. They combine it together. They brought it to the heart. So if you want to vote for Total Energy, you definitely, once you vote for Total Energy, definitely by default you are already voted for the Oranto deal.
Oranto, yeah.
They did not separate it because they understand that at the end of the day, people going to have problem with it. In this budget, there were no much presentation around to tell the people of the House of Representatives, to tell members of the House of Representatives, 41% who voted for this budget, to tell them the priorities of this budget, how this budget is going to affect all of the areas that Liberians people need help. The educational system, the healthcare system, the agricultural system, and every other area that requires our country moving forward. There were no priorities about this budget. Nothing else they told the people about this budget. But they presented the budget in a way that if you vote for it, we all will benefit. We all will have opportunity around it and all of that. And I just want to appreciate the political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, about making a stand very clear. People will not take this into account today. But this is why we have history. And we have people who can still remember history, people who still read books for people to go to school and learn it. Some of these decisions will reflect, and this is a historical budget, the first time in history for the Liberian people, for the House of Representatives to approve for our budget to go to 1.2 billion. So this is a historical budget. This is going to be in history. One way or other, people will see it tomorrow. So the decision you make around this budget today is going to reflect in our tomorrow's history. And this is why the PR made his stand clear. And he did not just vote on it in the House. He also came out and tell the Liberian people, this was my stand. And this is why I made this decision. If you listen to what the PL said, it makes sense enough. So the voting of this budget, the passage of this budget and all of due, the Oranto due, the Total Energy, everything, it tells the Liberian people, or it get a clear picture of the seriousness, as to the seriousness and the reality of what PL, the political leader, have been saying on Musa Hassan Bedete, that this budget is only for the elite people. This budget is not for the Liberian people. Liberian people, I want you to take time and go into this budget. Go on Musa Hassan Bedete page and look at some of the analysis he made there about the budget. Go and take the budget, identify some of the different things that are in it, compare it to what Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete have been saying. So that originally saying, and Mr. Nangbe, I just want to end up by saying, this is why we are calling on the Liberian people, that it is about time. Even though 2029 is still ahead, but it's about time that we stand up, Liberian people. What you see CMC doing, what you see Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete doing, it's not for Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, it's not for Mr. Nangbe, it's not about Dr. Richardson, it's not about Winston, it's not about Dr. Vule, it's about the Liberian people who are in Liberia, who are constrained with the different hardship in the country, who face the full weight of the government currently. It is about you. It is about you standing up, realizing that we got to stand up for ourselves. Look at what the action of the people of Bon County should serve as an example to the Liberian people in general, that whenever we stand against this government, at the end of the day, our voices will be heard. Stand with CMC, put your hands together, stand beyond political differences. Let us join Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete. Let's fight let's fight for this cause. Let's make sure that our country is prioritized by those people that we vote for. And I think Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete did the best thing. He represented Liberian people. He represented the interests of the district he comes from. This is why he's saying there are a lot of problems with the budget. So for this reason, I am not going to sign it, even though majority are going to vote to approve it. But for me, I want to be on record for this, and he's going to go on record for this. And I just want to say, the Liberian people, you got to stand up. Let us fight together. Let us make sure that our country is delivered. The cost of delivering country is not about political party. It's about you, the Liberian people. It is incumbent upon all of us. Change is aggressive, change is difficult, but we got to endure the pain to make sure that our country can be delivered through CMC and through collaboration with Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete to make sure that ills in society are brought to light, and make sure that government feet are put to fire or is put to fire to make sure that the Liberian people can live a better life. You deserve better, Liberian people. You don't deserve all those things that are going on. You deserve better as a country, And this is where I want to stop, Mr. Nangwe.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Very much appreciated, Dr. Vulude. Thank you also for your contribution on the discussion discussion of the budget. Doc, thank you, Dr. Richardson, for laying the groundwork. I think we've have pretty very much unpacked it for people. I see some of the comments here, but Doc, there's one thing I wanted us to quickly address, and then before I forget that, after this discussion, in our closing, please don't forget to acknowledge Ansu and Henry in the back for us. So
Yes.
I wrote it down because I will forget. So, but I want you to do that.
Yes.
But we'll do this round, and then when you're closing, you please acknowledge them. I want to also look at the opposition community briefly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the budget has passed. The CMC has expressed its outrage. One would have thought that by now, the only person I've heard so much who has spoken out very, very, vociferously against the passage of this budget is John Mullu. He's not even a political party leader, not John Mullu. Mobile Mullu, the leader of the pressure group Stand. And for that, I will go out on a limb to say today he has no office. His office was torched yesterday. Yes, that because he's calling for a public protest on December 17th to tell this president to either lead or get out of the way. And he has also sounded the warning that opposition leaders seem to be too quiet on the things that are happening in the country. And so I want us to we're not criticizing our colleagues. We're all in the same opposition community. I was on another platform, and my colleagues were reminding me, "Oh, we're in the same opposition. Don't be talking about all of us." So I said, "No, we're in this. But we got to distinguish ourselves. We're in the opposition. We are not a merger. We have our distinct individual identities. And actually, I am trying to tell people how you and I are different, even though we're in the same. Because I want the position you're in. I'm not gonna make any like." I'm not gonna be, shy about it. But I want to also talk about Senate budget. We haven't heard much from. I think the ANC came and rebutted. I think the CDC did. But now that the budget has been passed under the cover of darkness, if I may add, and Winston indicated here less than 1 hour discussion for a budget as huge as this. I thought by now we would have heard the opposition coming out, but there doesn't seem to be any urgency to do that. So, Dr. Richardson, I wanted you to chime in, please, on what you think about the state of our opposition today.
Yeah. First, I want to condemn the allegation that. I just want to condemn the allegation that someone set Stan's office on fire. Okay, I just want to condemn that act. I hear that it's an allegation, but in a civilized society, you don't silence your opponent by threatening their life by way of fire burning. You don't do that. There's always an opportunity for dialogue. And yes, Mr. Nami, I think you're right when you talk about separating the opposition. And I am so shocked in a way that the opposition community didn't come together to vote against this budget that they knew that was wrong, and they all condemn the budget.
Yeah.
I heard when PL, which first in history I like to say, think about you want a leader who's thinking ahead. Okay. The PL was one of the first person in history that I have seen. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen this, a political party standing up to the government's budget. I've never seen that before.
No, I haven't seen that either.
And that was followed by several other parties. That was followed by almost all of the opposition community. I don't understand why didn't they contact the representatives, because only in the House this budget was passed and now goes to the Senate. for them. Then they're going to concur on it. We have to look and see what's going to happen in the Senate. But I would have called all of the representing the different political parties like we did. We made sure that CMC leaders at this junction were aware, they were educated about the budget, and they stood together. Why didn't other political parties call their representatives to stand together against this budget that is not good for the Liberian people? Exactly. So this is what sets us apart. We communicate, and we are in the interest of the Liberian people. We talk to our leaders within the house that are representing the Liberian people and make sure that they stick together. And their sticking together is not because they want to stick together. And that's what sets us apart. I think in other political parties, maybe you have the liberty to vote, the way that you want. In other opposition communities, maybe you have the liberty to vote the way that you want to vote, but not at this point in CMC. We do our darnest to make sure that people are aware of what is going on, to make sure that people have the heart of Liberia, Liberian people, in the thought process as they go around, making decisions for them. And that is exactly what our PL did. So I will stop there. But yes, we are not the same. I want opposition communities to stick together. If you know this budget is not good, you know that whatever is happening is not good for the Liberian people. It's not good. If they're building a bridge, we shouldn't have another opposition community coming up and saying, oh, only the government should do work. No, we let the government for over 170 years do their work. They never did it. That's why we have Mr. Billington coming up, and we need to stand together as an opposition community.
I thank you, Doc, and Dr. Vullard, I'm coming to you. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I had expected by now, a chorus of political leaders, opposition political leaders. Oh, during the week, we got a news of the potential for creating 14 additional seats in the legislature. Yes. I don't remember hearing from anybody else other than CMC. Yes. I mean, so this is very concerning, and I'm calling our brothers and sisters in the opposition community. We're stronger together. You just have to remember that we are stronger together. I think people need to wake up. But Dr. Jan Vulude, what do you think about?
I just wanted to say one thing before Dr. Jan comes. One of the interesting things that is also happening in our community in Liberia is our political leader is also setting a trend of speaking out. I heard someone criticizing him for making all these press statements. My people, in 2025 documentation letter, follow the letter, follow the trail.
We'll be sure our receipts.
Yes, it goes a long way. So when you sit on there, you disagree, you're kind of back in box or whatever and say, oh, we disagree, or the budget is this and this. No, stand up and stand with the PL. Stand with CMC. They will know that you're serious. But Dr. Fee, go ahead, sorry.
So Dr. Fee, as soon as Monday I woke up and one of my UP friends he asking me, so the way your PL for that again, the budget you're not pay. So I said, oh, now what protest me? Protest me, you highlighted something you're not happy with. Amy, you reject it. I said, no, that's what I mean. You got to understand this thing.
Yeah.
But you're right, yeah. We're collecting our receipts, and let me just let out a little open secret to our colleagues in the opposition. By your silence, you are tacitly endorsing us as the leader of the opposition. Maybe you don't realize this.
That means consent.
No, later people are going to be regarding us as the leader of the opposition because now you're giving up. You're yielding the floor to us, and we will take it home. I mean, we'll claim it. So, excuse me, Dr. V.
Yes. Thank you. I want to join everyone else to condemn the incident with STEM. Mobile Modu is doing exactly what opposition need to be doing. He's not a political party. He's just an advocate group that he established to hold government feet to fire. And now because of his advocacy, they're trying to silence him. But I know Malma Balu is a fighter. His protest is going to stand on the 17th. We are looking forward to that. and opposition leaders that waiting to bring change to the ordinary people, not speaking of things that is, not in the interest of the same ordinary people that they're trying to bring change to, is sending a signal. So Liberian people, this is exactly what they're going to do to you when you bring them back to power. This is exactly what they're going to do to you. Our people can say that, oh, if your Christmas will be good, you have to know from the eve of that Christmas. So today, those
That's
people,
right.
they say, oh, give up power 2029 will make things, better for you. Making things better should start now. You should start seeing the signal that they will definitely do it now. By speaking out and holding this government feet to fire to make to live up to the promises that they promised you during 2023 election. Mm-hmm. If they're not doing it now, you should know that definitely they're going to be dormant. That the same thing this government is doing to you, they're going to be dormant about it, and they will do the same thing the government is doing to you. So if you're not seeing that signal, just know that that's not a right path to go to. I'm not speaking against opposition, but I'm just telling you exactly what is happening. We are calling all opposition, not because TMC is speaking out. We are calling all opposition to speak because that's the right thing to do, and it's the interest of the people. That's why we're calling all opposition to join the fight, to let the government know that things are not right for the people. Christmas time is here. Parents don't know if their children are going to have good Christmas. Christmas time is coming. People in the rural area are not crossing because of bad road. Government not speaking to that. That's showing to you that they don't have your opposition not speaking to that. That shows that they don't have your good interest. So they're only there to seek that power so they can do the same thing. So those that are speaking for you, you have to see them that they're the right people to do the right thing. Comes 2029. So we're not calling on government, we're not calling on those guys on all the political parties because CMC is doing it. We're not saying, oh, because CMC is doing it, so you should do it. We are saying, is the bad for the people that you want to lead tomorrow? So you should start doing it now. You should start doing it now. Start doing it now so that the people life can be, just in case. I know CMC will be the one coming to power. It will be the history of the country, the history of the century, that political party that was funded in less than 4 years will be the ruling party. And I know the suffering masses of Liberia will not be blindfolded with those thieves calling themselves politicians coming to the people with sweet thought. Time for sweet thought is over. This is the time that we hold one another accountable of what is going against the masses. So we're calling on all the opposition leaders to join CMC, to hold this government feet to fire, to do the right thing for our people.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yavule. Thank you very much. Winston, my brother. What do you think of, the state of our opposition, man, and the need for us to hold together,
Thank you. I think the first thing I would love to start with is the challenges in Liberia, especially with the fire crisis we're in right now. I think Liberia, we are not seeing gun in people hands in Liberia fighting with it, but with the situation, I think it's much more alarming to see that maybe when there are physical things happening, maybe people having physical confrontation, physical misunderstanding within the country, people will learn from it, people will see what is coming to happen, and people will try to find solutions. Some people will have to make sure and find solutions. But with the different things that are happening from economic hardship to houses getting on fire and everything. So one thing I've always been doing whenever I call on radio and all of major social media let's say major radio station in Liberia, what I can normally say is that I think it's about time that our government be responsible enough to invest more in bringing fire expert into Liberia to establish the root cause of the different fire in Liberia. Because all of the time in Liberia, when there are fire incidents in Liberia, we will not get any good results. No expected results will come out. We will just have to wait until another fire take place again, and then fire service just go around and all of that. So if you really get to know, since this government came to power, you have realized that there have been so many fire incidents in Liberia. I don't know whether this is not really it's not of much concern to the government, but lives of ordinary Liberians, lives of Liberians have been lost because of fire outbreak in Liberia. Why the government is not paying attention to this? This is a national disaster. This is something that have been taking away the lives of Liberians. Look at the situation with the lady in Dubaro. She and her family left in fire. We wanted the government. The government did not say anything. They didn't speak out to give Liberian people the hope that this thing we're going to resolve it. Why are we not looking at this thing? The former president of Liberia house got on fire. Nobody talk about it. The Capitol building got on fire. Seat of the House of Representatives, the House of Representatives got on fire. The first branch of government in Liberia. Still, the government is not concerned that we have to bring fire experts within the country to establish the root cause of this fire. But I just want to say that this is a sad time for Liberia under this regime. And one thing that they have the opportunity, because you see, you have other responsible political parties, like opposition political party, the CMC, that they will have their own platform, that they will sit there and identify your error, to identify your weaknesses. Why are they not listening? I think it's bad, Mr. Nangwe. I know I will come to the opposition matter, but the issue of the fire outbreak in Liberia, like what we saw with Stem Office getting on fire, we have been seeing ordinary Liberian people, homes getting on fire, people losing their life in fire. It's really bad for our country. It's putting the people's life in danger. And I think this government needs to be responsible. This is why the Liberian people voted for you. We need a responsible government. Government that would not just prioritize what goes in our pocket, but prioritize the lives of the people. We understand that you have filled on, the economic policy, setting good economic policy of the people in Liberia. You have filled on, delivering on services. But at the end of the day, thing that is taking away the lives of people, that even bringing down government property, you cannot put stop to it. And let me just close on the issue of the opposition community, Mr. Namwe. And I think what the president,
wisdom, just while you're at it, just add your closing, and then we'll go to Dr. Vulule, and then Dr. Richardson will send us home.
Thank you. So if you see that, and one thing, whenever I wake up in the morning, I always go on the page of the PL on Musa Azambele to see, because every day you see that he's meeting up with other political leaders, other opposition community. This is a sign of unity, a bold step to reunite the opposition community. And what he's doing is encouraging other opposition community members to make sure that we all can join together to move, to remove or to unseat this government 2029. And it's a very good thing that opposition community, we got to realize that the Liberia need to change from here. And the only way Liberia can change from here is when we join the CMC, we join hands together, we work with the CMC, work with somebody like Honor Musa Hassan Berete who has the connection, who is connected out there, who is able to attract more investors, who is able to provide opportunity for Liberians to work, who under his regime, Liberians people are not going to be spectators to their economy. Under his regime, that a work permit is not going to be sold out. Under his regime, that there will be even if when there are fire disaster, it will not be at this level where we will pay attention to fixing urgent problem and addressing the urgent needs of the Liberian people. This is why you see him every day. He's meeting with top opposition community leader, making sure that we all stand together. And I want to appreciate Honorable Musa Hassan Bede for what he's doing, reuniting the opposition community, whether in the House of Representatives or outside the House, to make sure that we can have united and responsible opposition community. And Mr. Nangbe, I just want to say thanks for the conversation tonight. This was very impressive. It was very synchronizing conversation. And the Liberian people who are listening to us via the radio, on our different social media platforms, and those who will come across it will understand that CMC is here. We are not just here to just talk, but we are also here to deliver the Liberian people. And this is why we can commit to the Liberian people that comes 2029. We're going to be in this race. We're going to need the Liberian people's support. We're going to use their vote they're going to give us to change their lives, to make sure that living conditions in Liberia can be improved far better than what we are having. That people die in fire every day, and every day students are not going to school. You got Ministry of Education that is not responsible enough to set up regulations, and students have been beat in school. Some of them have been hospitalized by the severe penalty schools are giving them, and parents. The economic system in the country is not moving. Markets are not being sold properly. Christmas coming, nobody is happy in the country. Everybody crying. This is not the kind of life we want. And CMC is going to change all around 2029. Thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor to be here tonight.
Thank you very much, Winston. We realize it's pretty late on your end, but thank you for being up. Dr. V, unfortunately, we have only 2 minutes left. And Dr. Richardson and I, we have another meeting in about 30 minutes. So Senshi will do our final thought on, and then appreciate our colleagues in the studio. If you can just use 1 minute, we appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to close by telling our listeners thank you so much for tonight. Every day we come on here, it is because of you. Make sure that every time you come on, share the show for us. Let it reach out to as many people out there. And also that, I don't know if we can, try to include our audience viewpoint at some point too. We want to, especially those that listen to us in Liberia, those on the ground. We want to see how they're thinking. When we come to discuss the issue like this, we want to open the line. Is there any way that we can open the line? Because that's the only way we know that if the message we're sending is resonating. We need to listen to them. We need to listen to them and see how they're thinking or how they're feeling. Are they okay? Are they, is the government doing well for them? Because we don't just want to be coming out, we just be making noise. We want to, those that we're speaking for, let we hear them out too. I just my little suggestion on that. Thank you tonight. It is good to be here. Like you right this here, Winston, how the government will be thinking about things that killing the people that they governing. When they only thinking about FOIA, the $10 million project in FOIA. That's why the more money is going to Minister of State. When you look in the budget, like Honorable Connor said, money are being allocated to Minister of State. What the money is being allocated for, there's over $10 million project in FOIA that the government had not tell us, who is undertaking that project, today. So these are some of the things that the government privatizing, then fire killing people. The fire killing people is started from the very day the government was inducted into office to up to this time. So they don't care. They don't care. What they care about is money going to Speaker Kuhn, money going to Protem or Nyombli and the rest of the folks on the top, so that their Christmas can be good and the ordinary people Christmas will be bad. So I want to say thanks. We are here to continue, let us continue to hold together. Let us not be deterred. If that one person who can change, let us change that person, and that person will change another person, and the other person will change another person. And the way the country will be changed. So thank you tonight, Mr. Nangwe, for holding the show down. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. Yeah, each one change one. Dr. Richardson, you can then do our closing and take us home.
Thank you. First of all, I want to give a big shout to Ansu and Henry in the studio. Also, they are the one who will be into considering, Dr. Yan, your point of having our viewers and listeners calling. So they're going to be very instrumental in that request of yours. So Ansu and Henry, who are in the studio, thank you so much for always holding the floor down, for being in the country, and also, making sure that our links are set and ending the show for us. Yes, it was a very great conversation today. You guys, there's something we have to talk about every time. We'll talk to you more about the budget. We'll educate you. I probably misspoke. I want to condemn, not the allegations. I want to condemn the fire in Liberia. I misspoke when I said just condemning the allegation, but there was a fire. I saw it.
There was, yes.
Condemn the fire. And of course, there were other allegations as to who did it, when, and how, and all of that stuff. I'm not condemning that. I'm condemning the fire. I believe in a civilized society. You should be able to talk. Yes, I would like to end by saying, please go and read what Amara Kane wrote. I'm not publicizing Amara Kane. I actually appreciate what he wrote about the state-owned enterprises. We have a lot of them, but they are not contributing to the budget according to what he wrote, and I believe in because he's there. He saw the budget firsthand. Having said that, we will be probably taking calls. We'll be understanding how you feel, but the CMC is the right way to go. We have the right leader. He's very progressive. He speaks out. He has no fear of not being popular or not going according to the direction in which everyone is going. He does what is right for the Liberian people. So come on down and join us. And when we get into power, it will not be business as usual as many people think it will be. The time have changed. Liberia is different than what we know it to be. So thank you, Mr. Name, for a great show. We do have to go to another meeting. And if any of our other members are listening, we have a meeting after this. I want you to please join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. And Ansu Henry, thank you very much. Doc already did that, but I want to also add my voice. Thank you. Dr. Vululet, thank you so much for joining us. Winston, thank you for joining us all the way from East Africa. And Timas, not Timas, Mas Dopo. Masha, thank you so much for coming on briefly. We know you wanted to be here, but you were engaged. And thank you also to all of our audience for joining us tonight and watching. We hopefully will be with you again Monday. Have a great weekend.
Yes, great. Bye. Ansu, thank you. Now Ansu Henry in the studio. Thank you, Henry.
CMC for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together. By the people, let us join our hands together to build a better Liberia. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values, CMC global. Liberia, it is a new day for the people. Let's all together, let's all together. It's a unity, it's a DMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better life. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better life. CMC, CMC. must come.